it's been a little while since I made an update, so I thought I would just make a video. I'm 2 years and 3 months on testosterone, and kind of just like I look back at my older videos and I've just kind of stopped making video updates that are actually about my physical transition. And for a while, I was even identifying as post-transition, as if there's like a point in your transition where you're just like poof, done. I kind of realized that that's not really the case. Um, Looking back at some pictures that were taken over the summer, my fiance and I actually had our engagement pictures taken in around June. And looking at those pictures, I look totally different. And that's weird. That wasn't that long ago. And I didn't have a beard then, and I look 12. Like, there's really no other way to put it. I look 12. And, that's kind of disappointing. Luckily, engagement pictures aren't something that, people look at forever. But it's just such a short period of time to look so, different. Like, if I shaved my beard now, I think I would look younger, but I look even younger then. My wedding's coming up, and I'm I'm kind of thinking about that now. Like, am I gonna look totally different in you know a year after the wedding, and I'll look back and be like, man, I wish that I had my beard in these pictures, or I wish I had a better beard in these pictures, or whatever. I don't know. I know I don't have control over those things, but like recently, I totally thought that my beard was pretty, how it's gonna be for a while. I was looking in the mirror, and you can't see this, but I'm growing hairs like here that I didn't have them before, and like my mustache is getting more and more visible. And so I'm just like, it's just interesting that there are changes, mostly facial hair and fat redistribution changes, but there's still stuff going on. Um, in my life, not a whole lot has changed. Um, I wouldn't say that I'm getting that much more comfortable being stealth, but I'm not um, terribly uncomfortable with it. I went home for spring break and I got to see Ryan Salins and Adrian, and uh, seeing Ryan and kind of talking to him and getting to know him more was really interesting. He's basically like a educator in terms of trans issues. I mean, that's not just basically, that's what he is. And so that requires him to be out and talk to people all the time. And I don't know if I could do that, but it did make me kind of feel not bad about being stealth, but realize I'm not really in a position to educate being stealth. And I do notice a lot of transphobia around in my environment at school, from fellow students particularly. And I wish that I could educate, but when I do, people look at me like, what would you know? You don't know anything about LGBT stuff. You're being overly sensitive. You're speaking for these people that you're not a part of. I mean, really, I just am not in a position to educate. And that made me feel kind of bad. But on the other hand, I also saw how, people ask him these questions, I'm sure, in his everyday life that just would be really tiring for me every day. And I like being able to control the educating that I do through doing it online, or I can just turn off the computer or walk away kind of thing. But I think the hardest thing about being stealth is being stealth around people who wouldn't be your friend or wouldn't be accepting if they did know, which is probably why being stealth has been so difficult for me. I Because if you meet someone and you're friends with them and trans stuff never comes up, then it never comes up. I wouldn't feel the need to share it with people. But if you're friends with someone and you can just, like, they say transphobic things and you realize, wow, I don't feel safe coming out to this person, suddenly the stakes have been raised. Suddenly it's like, I'm not just stealth because it hasn't come up or because I want them to get to know me for me. Suddenly it's like, I'm stealth because I'm afraid to come out to you. And that's a totally different game. So I'll be really interested to see if I remain stealth when I get to a better environment, or if this is just like, because right now I definitely feel like I couldn't come out, and that's kind of sad. But I just don't feel like it would be safe or be a good environment. So um, yeah, that's kind of where I am now. Uh, I'll probably make another update when I'm more like 2.5 years on T or something like that. But I will be married by then, which is crazy, but should be fun. So